Mean people still suck.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me today on The Hopefulist, and ready now for your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. Today's quote of the day goes like this: Rudeness is the weak person's imitation of strength. That is correct. We have just a few days left until Christmas, people. That is correct. I went to the dollar store yesterday. Ugh. I could spend $1 million at the dollar store. Such cute stuff. You know, certain things. Got these little trays. So cute. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but I had to have them. Had to have them. Little snowflakes all over them. I love snowflakes, which is funny because I don't really enjoy snow all that much. But we are gearing up for a big winter storm here in the Northeast. We may get 1 to 3 inches in our area. However, just to the left of us in the Philadelphia area, they're talking anywhere, and you know, it'll probably be a bust because these storms usually are. They hype it up and hype it up and hype it up, and then, you know, you get a sprinkling of snow. Either way, it's fine with me. I have nowhere to go. I'm getting everything done that I need to be done today. Dropping off my Secret Santa gift to my Secret Salty Sister, part of a gift exchange that I had joined this year. I am doing some last-minute shopping. I have some returns to make. It's so much easier now that you can return Amazon to Kohl's. I hope that's a possibility where you live. Now, I haven't actually done it yet. And the line at Kohl's, usually very long. I actually tried to stop at Kohl's yesterday because I have some Kohl's cash. That's right. And they weren't open yet. I stopped by about 8:30. They do not open until 9 o'clock. I was very shocked at that. It is the week before Christmas. That's right. This time next week, it'll be mere days until Christmas. So, I mean, it's a little more than a week, but you get what I'm saying. This is the actual week before the week of Christmas. 10 days away, right? Kohl's also, the store in the past, I don't know if they'll do it this year with COVID, usually will stay open 24 hours. I don't know, 3-4 days leading up to Christmas Day. And now they can't even open before 9. I'm an early bird. I want to get out there and get my stuff done. A lot less lines in the morning, too. So I'm going to have to curtail my schedule to Kohl's schedule today. That's okay. It's okay. I'm going to stop by Target, get a couple of last-minute items there, grab a peppermint mocha from Starbucks while I'm there. In fact, I have not had my second cup of coffee this morning because I am waiting to have a $5.50 cup of coffee. Ha! Yeah. They're worth it. Well, I don't know if worth it is the word, but you have to pay it in order to get it. So I'm going to hit Target first, get a nice cup of coffee. I think I had to hit the dollar store again. This happens to me every year. I always underbuy my gift bags. So I'll stop in there one last time, load up on the gift bags, make sure I have way more than enough. Got the rest of my baking supplies from Walmart yesterday. So I'm ready to bake. I'm going to start baking next week. Christmas is on Friday. So I can bake all the way leading up to Friday. I don't like to bake too early because I make the homemade Chex Mix, and it can go stale. So I try to wait until the last minute to put all of that together. So scaling it back a little bit this year. I'm going to focus on 3 things. I'm going to focus on the Chex Mix. I'm going to focus on I don't even know what they're called. They're little pretzels with a Rolo on them and a pecan on top. And this year, guess what? I bought candied pecans. Found them at Trader Joe's. They are always a big hit, and I usually just get the raw pecans. So this will be an extra treat this year. You are welcome. So looking forward to that. It's always a day of craziness, me trying to get everything put together and all. I usually try to do it all in one day. Why? I don't know. So this year I'm not going to do that. I'm going to spread it out. Maybe do all of the Chex Mix in one day, do all of the little Rolo pretzels in one day, and then, of course, I do have to do at least one batch of my famous candy cane fudge. There are a few select people who truly enjoy that, and others that just don't care at all. So I'm going to pick and choose who I give my stuff to, based on praise from past years. It'll all work out. It'll be fine. So then I'm going to just hunker in and plan on being in the house for the next couple of days. We are supposed to get snow starting tomorrow afternoon, going throughout the night, and ending around 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. So I already got all my groceries. I don't need any bread or milk or any of that kind of stuff. We probably should have gotten some salt, because I don't know if we have any salt. My husband would know that. There might be some in the shed. I'm going with unlikely, though. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. So the question of the day, I wanted to hear from you. Do you still make a wish list? A wish list for Santa? I did this year. Joe sometimes forgets some of the stuff. Like, he'll say, I'll see something I want, and I'll be like, no, I've got to stop. I can't just buy everything that I want. And he'll be like, well, maybe Santa will bring it. And then he forgets all about saying that. And then here I am waiting all this time to get something that I thought that Santa was going to bring. And he's like, oh, I forgot all about that. And then there's other times I've yelled at him. I yelled at him this year for waiting too long. You know, because things sell out. They sell out. It's been a problem sometimes in the past. So I did make up a quick little list. I also bought a couple of things for myself and then gave him to wrap. I've never done that before, but, you know, there's certain things that you have to pick out yourself. Like I got a new bathrobe. I have had the same bathrobe, I'm going to say, for 15 years. Maybe not, but at least over 10, for sure. And this was a bathrobe that my sister-in-law had bought me one year for Christmas. It's Victoria's Secret. It's a lovely, lovely bathrobe. Obviously, I've worn it all this time, but, you know, I'm due a replacement. So I got a nice fuzzy, furry one, and I will be waiting until Christmas to use that bad boy. So when it comes to you guys, most of you do not make a wish list anymore. Denise, Michelle, Eleanor all say no. However, Corinne says yes. Melinda says yes. My brother wants to know what to buy me. And Marcy says yes. My family always asks for one. So they know what to buy. It is better, I think, to, you know, it takes some of the fun out of it, takes some of the magic out of it, so to speak, you know, to be surprised. But you don't want junk that you don't really want, right? That's happened to me before, where you get like a bunch of junk and you're just like, oh, what am I going to do with this? Because you always feel bad throwing out a Christmas gift or not using a Christmas. Well, no, yeah. I will not use a lot of Christmas gifts because I refuse to throw them out because I feel bad. Somebody took the time to buy me a present. I do not want to just toss it away. But yet it'll just, means I just have to find a spot for it to sit forevermore until the next Christmas when I'm like, I never use this. I'm going to toss it out. I guess it's like a year expiration for me. I have to go at least a year without using it. And then for some reason in my mind, it's just okay to toss out at that point. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's all of the above. The topic for today, mean people. Oh, yes, they still suck. We've talked about this before. But there is so much ugly in the world, especially right now with the current political climate. I think we all feel so entitled to the rightness of our opinion. We justify our attitude under the guise of being right. That in turn makes us feel like when we believe we are right, we can act however we want because we are under the assumption that we are right and everyone else is wrong. Here's the thing I think a lot of people are missing right now. As right as you think you are, there are many people who believe the complete opposite, fully believing their way of thinking is the correct one. To me, this causes a trickle-down effect. We are so used to arguing our point so vehemently that we think it is called for at all times. The thing to remember is this. We all have different perspectives. We all had different upbringings. We all see things as it pertains to us. Again, going back to the current political climate, we are divided almost completely equally. We are all entitled to our beliefs and opinions. What we aren't entitled to is jamming them down other people's throats. Just because people don't believe the same as you does not make them bad people. It also doesn't mean you can't continue having a relationship with them. I love a good debate. I actually like to hear the other point of view. I also like to state my position and why I feel that way. I know there are certain people I can have a rational conversation with over differences, and there are people I can't. Sometimes conversations can get heated very quickly, and it causes a lot of animosity. But most of what we are disagreeing on isn't anything personal, especially if it's about politics. I just recently had a conversation with a group of lifelong friends, and I was the only person who had a different point of view. It is very hard to stand alone and try to debate your point of view when you are completely outnumbered. But just because I believe differently than they do doesn't mean we can't be friends. This seems to be where we are right now in this country. If you don't agree with me 100%, then we can't be friends. I did have one friend that night that told me that if I felt that way, I should probably just leave. I chose to ignore her statement, but I'm not so jazzed about continuing a friendship with her. Not because she believes differently than I do, but because she made my opinion about something that has nothing to do with us personally by making it seem I'm not allowed to have that belief and still be her friend. It's the same when you get cut off on the road. I think the reason road rage is such an issue is because we take a slight so personally that it angers us to the point where we lose it. We feel we are right. The other driver feels they are right or just doesn't care. You feel wronged, violated. It can be infuriating. Honestly, this is the least personal of all transgressions. Someone may be on the way to the hospital or just got fired from their job, or their soldier spouse just came home unexpectedly, or maybe they're just an ass. It has nothing to do with you, the type of person you are, or how you will go on living your life after this moment. Yeah, we get so angry. I was driving the back roads to the shore one day and was going about the speed limit. Now, I may have been going a little under. At one point, a man in a convertible crossed the dotted line and passed me. Once he got in front of me, he gave me the finger. I, to this day, have no idea what I did to provoke that much anger. I guess I wasn't going fast enough for him, but to throw up the bird seemed a bit of an overreaction to me. The funniest part was traffic backed up not long after that. Then I got to sit behind him and laugh as his anger and outburst got him one whole car ahead in the long line of traffic. I guess it made him feel better. I don't know. Me, I was upset. I was treated in such a way. So upset that I remember this 10 plus years later. Why? It's certainly not personal. He didn't know me. If he had a problem with me going 3 to 5 miles under the speed limit, then the problem was his, not mine. I was having a wonderful drive with my radio on and enjoying the view until that moment. I should not have let him interfere with that. It's so easy for people to be rude lately, and it seems to be acceptable on some level that it doesn't appear to me it was in the past. There was a post recently on our community page asking about where to get an old rowboat to use as a planter. Someone responded to make sure it didn't get overgrown with weeds like most of them do around here. Okay, how was that helpful at all? Why someone would think it was necessary to post something like that is beyond me. But I've learned it's better to just ignore these people. They are usually extremely unhappy people and are looking for a fight. And a lot of times they get one. They thrive on the drama. Don't fall for it. Keep your peace. It's more important. As we struggle to get through these tough times right now, let's stop taking everything so personally. We are allowed to our own thoughts and opinions. It doesn't have to mean we can't be friends with those who disagree with us, unless they make it personal. That is when it becomes a problem. No. You are not entitled to call people names that don't agree with you, nor are people entitled to do that to you. We can all get along better if we realize that the difference in beliefs has always been there. We just didn't talk about them as much. And if we did, we didn't make it personal. It was merely a difference of opinion. It doesn't mean you have to hate each other. Wow, I feel like I've really gone on today. Well, it is Tuesday. Grab yourself a taco. And the next time someone upsets you, ask yourself how personal it truly is. And then get on moving on. It's the way to a peaceful existence. Now go out there and be badass. I'm here cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Find your peace and keep it.